So for number 2 and number 4, I'm just going to do them together because they're both kind of quick once we see the idea. So express each of the following percentages as decimals. So the big thing is the definition of what makes something a percentage is that it means out of 100. So 8.75% literally means 8.75 out of 100. And so you come over to the calculator and use that to turn it into a decimal. And same thing here, this means 4 1/8 out of 100. We'll maybe have to be careful how we type that in. And then afterwards you might also start to notice that once you have something, so these are all out of 100, when we see the answer to these, you might start to notice a pattern, and then you probably don't need to go over the calculator every time, but it's good to see that the definition works. So 8.75% means 8.75 out of, or divided by 100. So I get 0.0875. If you notice kind of what happened when you divided by 100, is it moved the decimal place too. So you notice a decimal form of a percent is usually with a smaller decimal. It went from here to there. Okay, then let's see about the other two. So 4 1/8. So there is a menu where you can type mixed numbers. Also, 4 1/8 literally means 4 plus 1/8. So if you don't want to go into that little sub menu, just be careful that you hit enter on this first so that it's doing this whole number divided by, or you can just change it right now. Since you see it's 4%, I bet it's going to be 0.04. But out of 100, so I get 0.04. 125. If you do want to use the little mixed number menu, see this that says F1, it's green. If you hit the button that's green, and you hit that one, you get the little menu. And see how this one right here is like the form of a mixed number? That way you can literally type 4 1/8. But sometimes it's so easy to just do the other thing that it's not worth the time it takes, so. Oh, also another fun thing, if you use that menu, since you typed it as a fraction, it thinks you want your answer as a fraction. And so if I want to switch this back to a decimal, this button that says math, you can do it in that same F1 menu, but this is probably the quickest one. See how this says fraction decimal? You can translate back and forth. So that one's already a fraction. If I pick the one, just change it back to a decimal, you can see that's the same as the answer I already got. So more than one way to type things, totally up to you. So for then the other one, we want 4/5 of a percent. So probably already a kind of a small percent, so 0.8%. So I have 0.8 out of 100. 0.8 out of 100 looks like 0.008. So you notice in all of these to go from the percent version is equal to, meaning this is out of 100, and move the decimal place 2 times. So I can probably take that on these ones now and say, okay, so for number 4A, if this is 0.025%, if I want to get it out of a percent, out of 100 would move the decimal place twice. And then I like these little jumps because it shows you if you need a placeholder. So it looks like that means I need an extra 0 placeholder in here. So 0.0025 should be the same as 0.25%. And same thing here, if I move this one twice, it looks like I end up with 0, 0, 0, 0. Is that 5 of them and then a 3? Or sorry, 4. And you can go and check over here just to see 0.0, even though it's a really small amount, this means 0.003 out of 100. Oh, this is a good moment for this too. If your calculator, if you start going decimals that are too small, they start using scientific notation. So they're saying this is to an exponent of -5, so times 10 to the -5th, the scientific notation thing. Another way you can check if yours is right is go 1, 2, 3, 4, and see how it spits it back like that. You can check and make sure that it's the same. It's just they don't waste they'll switch to scientific notation if you have too many zeros, because they don't want to waste all the space to put like 0.0000 on the screen. And so that's a good way to check on that.